some 1. So we'll do those 3. 1, 2, 3. So for number 1, even though this doesn't have a y-intercept, it doesn't keep going, I can see very clearly that this is not going to go through the origin, so it's not going to be direct. It isn't making the curve, so it's not inverse, so it will be neither. For number 2, we have to find the line of best fit. I don't know. We can put in a table someone's reading out those order terms.
Negative 2, 4, 0, 3, and 5, 1.
So I can make a table, find those ordered pairs, and then type in your y1, your squiggly line, your tilde, mx1, and then plus b. To get your line of best fit, the line that best fits this set of data, and that would be your y equals negative 4.23x plus 3.09 if you're rounding. I definitely did that backwards last class, and no one's in me. You need at least 3 decimal places. More than that is great. 2, you need more than 2. This is on number 2. And then number 3, we have to give an equation that's perpendicular to the given equation. So perpendicular is the flip, the negative reciprocal flip, and it's positive or negative. One's positive, one's negative. So if I type this equation in, what was that? 2x minus 3y. 6 or negative 6. I need y twice. Okay, so if I graph this line, I can count my slope. I feel like I put something wrong there. Maybe I didn't. But I can see that my slope is 2/3. So if I were to take that slope and flip it, that would be negative 3/2. So I could use any equation that's y equals negative 3/2 and put whichever y-intercept I want. It could be the same, it could be 0, it could be whatever number you want. So fill in your B. Questions on it? I'm going to show you the answers to SOL A1. You can make sure yours are the same. At least make sure you have the answers. If you don't have all the work, that's okay. If you don't have your packet, I would try writing these down, just if you have them. If you have questions or want to see any of these in decimals or anything like that, let me know. So number 1 was 7. 2 was negative 7. 3, 576. 4, 33. 5, negative 19. 6, negative 28. 7, negative 10. 8, 13.
Can you say what 2 was again?
2, negative 7.
Oh, they're right there. What? Let's see.
Questions on those 8?
6.
6. Like how I got the answer.
Yeah, how do you get negative 28? Because I get negative 20.
So if I put negative 6 in here, this would give me positive or negative 18. And then make sure you're using parentheses. This would be positive 36. There's that part. Oh, all of it. Maybe I didn't do that part. Plus 64. 36 36 plus 64 would be 100. And then the square root of 100 is 10. And negative 18 minus 10. Or you could put that in Desmos using the variable a and b, add sliders and put those in, or use parentheses, highlight. 9 was d. A and d were similar, but 1/4 times the cube root of x less 5. All of this would be underneath the cube root x less 5. And this one is saying it's outside of it. So D was the correct answer for 9. And then for these translating ones, the expressions should match identically. Notice where I'm putting parentheses in the words to show that this goes together. So the quotient of the square root of x and 5, you're dividing. The cube root of the product of x and y less 12, the comma shows that you're subtracting afterwards. The sum of the square root of 16 and the product of 4 and the cube root of 8. The rest of this is unnecessary. I was just showing you it could be simplified. 4 times the cube of a number is 84. That is your equals.
Is there going to be parentheses?
Yeah, so any of these. Oh. Okay, on to the next page. And then for 14, 16 divided by the sum of a number and 4 is 9. 15, it was like a 2-part. Amy is 4 years older than Jose, so if we knew Jose's age and added 4 to it, we get Amy's age. Together, their ages add up to be 100, so if you take Amy's age equation and add Jose's to it, you get 100. So a little bit of systems in there. And then 16 and 17, your wording can be different.
And that 2 5s,
It's 2 J's.
Oh.
So your wording can be different. It doesn't have to match mine exactly. If you want to know would yours be correct, just let me know. 5 times the cube root of the product of 4 and x, that was supposed to say, subtracted by the square root of y. And then the sum of y and the cube root of x. Remember that these can be as complicated or simple as you want. This, you could have said y plus the cube root of x, and that would be fine. Questions on any of those? Not right now. When we get back from lunch, we're going to go over any systems questions you guys have in the packet, and then I'm going to give you an activity to do, and then you're going to turn that in, and then I'm going to give you your review. And then you should be working on review, lots of math practice, things like that. I'll explain more about that when we get back. Here on that we wanted to see you go over, have questions about. I think that's what I just did. Sorry.
yeah, I just changed that.
Can we do 5?
5.
Everywhere.
Sorry. Oh, my TV popped. Okay, so for number 5, both of these need to be solved first. So So you could subtract. I'm going to do this sentence. So the first one we have negative 5y is greater than or equal to negative 4x minus 35. This one would just be y is greater than negative x minus 2. And then we could divide everything here by negative 5. What happens when we divide by this negative?
Flip the sign.
Sign changes. So y is now less than or equal to positive 4/5 x plus 7. And remember, do these in either two separate colors or two separate writing utensils. So if I'm doing this one first, I go up 7. And my slope is 4/5. That one would be off, but that's right. Would this line be dashed or solid? Solid. Go ahead and connect all those points. And then shade below or above. Below, because it's less than. So that would be everything here. And then the other one would start at -2, has a negative slope. Put all of your points. Negative slope of 1, whatever. Because the slope is -1 and these are too close together.
Doesn't the boy have a positive slope?
Yes, I definitely drew that as a negative slope. So I'll fix that. I was going down, but I should have went down and left, and I went down and right. Anyway, I'll fix that. For the blue line, because the dots are already so close together, you can just make this a dotted line instead of a dashed line, and just draw arrows again. I'm going to erase everything in purple though. Yes, nice. Okay. Okay. The blue line is shaded below or above? If it's greater than. Would that be shaded above or below? Above. Above. Oh, okay. I'm just doing random things today. Cool. That looks hectic. This should be the overlapping region there. So as long as you got that region, you're good. Yes.
How's the straight line below? Because I thought that's going towards like positive.
This is less than. So it is pointing to the left as less than. So that would be underneath.
Oh.
So if I'm looking at the y-intercept, and I were to draw an up and down arrow, below would be underneath. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
Other questions that we want to see you go over, have questions about? You guys are going to have time to practice. You're going to do this first, and then afterwards, I'll have reviews out somewhere so you can grab them. You're going to turn this in for an informative grade. There are two sides. One side has graphs. You're going to find the info about the graph. You have two little things that you'll be given. One has inequalities, one has info about the graph. So on the side that has graphs, you're going to fill out both, cut out both, and glue them to whichever one. And then find 3 points that would be solutions on that side. On the other side are blank graphs. You're going to graph the given inequality, find the info about the graph from the small pieces, and then write the 3 solutions that would fall in the shaded area. Questions after hearing the directions? When you get it, if you have more questions, let me know. But if you haven't finished all of it, you should. It should not take that long. Also, because most of the information is already cut out for you, you just have to glue it and put it in the right place. So once you finish this, I'll give you the review, and you can work on either review or Delta Math or more practice. But this needs to be turned in today. There are glue sticks in the back. There are also scissors in the back.
Yes.
So this one goes on this side.